How's everybody doing?
Welcome back. Welcome back.
To Menopause Enough Already.
Right.
This is going to be your favorite comedic podcast.
Correct.
Informational, but
100%.
a little lighthearted. We want to keep it that way. So I'm Courtney.
I'm Heather.
And this is Menopause Enough Already.
Yes, it is.
We're the Mac sisters, and we want to just give a brief little overview. We are here for women supporting women, real talk, real women, menopause mysteries, all of the things that we wonder what in the world is going on, what's happening to me, who is this person I'm looking at in the mirror, all of those things that we kind of deal with as we move into perimenopause and menopause. But just to let everybody know that it's normal. It's a normal part of perimenopause, menopause, and we just want to be here to support you women along this journey and to create a little humor and have some fun.
And also educate those of us women that don't know what's going on and let you know, hey, there are some options and some things that can help you out and help us get through this time of life.
Yeah.
So that's what we're here for. Courtney, I wanted to start out today just mentioning a couple comments that we received from our last podcast.
Fun.
It was pretty exciting.
Fun.
Starting to receive some comments. So I have asked if these can be shared. So just
I had permission.
Yes, we have permission, but not mentioning any names.
Of course.
One of the comments that I received was a few texts from a friend, and she said, women have it so rough. She said, I am listening right now, and this is total bullshit.
Truth.
She said, why wouldn't doctors or women talk about this before?
Yeah, it's been like this taboo thing.
Yes.
And I don't know why.
Well, okay, so I was watching Dr. Mary Claire, one of her TikToks, and she actually said that women will go to their gynecologist and say, hey, I feel this way. I feel, whether it's crazy or I've gained weight or whatever the symptoms are, and they are requesting hormone therapy, but their gynecologist won't give it to them.
Right. I have seen a lot of that information.
Yes. And she said it's basically because they are not trained in hormone replacement therapy.
Correct.
So there are two reasons. One, they are just not trained and they are not knowledgeable of what to give the patients and what to prescribe.
Right.
So they just don't do it.
Right.
Or number two is they might give something, but it's just like a birth control pill, and that's all they know to give. So that is one of the reasons that
a lot of that happens. It's a lack of education and training on the medical profession side. Now, Dr. Mary Claire, I know we've referenced her before. She is an OBGYN certified obstetric gynecologist, and she is also a menopause specialist because she knew, as she personally started the menopause journey, the lack of education and the lack of information that was out there. So we love her. Shout out to Dr. Mary Claire. She's fantastic, along with many other doctors and menopause specialists that we gather a lot of our information from and research from. But continue. I'm excited to hear a lot of these comments because, yes, Heather and I we've been trying to get this podcast out. We are on Spotify, Menopause Enough already, and we've been trying to get this out to our friends, especially the ones that we already have these conversations with, and we're all kind of joking. We're all kind of laughing about it. But at the heart of it, it is serious.
It's real
like
life.
We're laughing because if not, we're going to be crying.
Right.
Like these are the conversations we're having. So it is exciting to get comments, and we've asked if you have a story to share, if you have comments or anything, email us enough already, MENO enough already @gmail.com. Or you can find us on Instagram or Facebook, DM us, private message us. We receive both of those. We're the only two handling the social media.
Yes, we are.
So
we
it's
will
us.
respond. Also, if you feel like you've got an awesome story that you want to share, send us an email and we'll have you on the show.
Yeah.
We would love to have some live visitors on the show just to share their stories and, just get some other inputs.
Yes. So tell me what you got over there.
Okay, so another comment that was sent was, I wanted so badly to be a part of this conversation.
I love that.
She said, I wanted to interject because I had so many things to say. She said, my joint pain was debilitating. I had a frozen groin, LOL, but for real. I gained 15 pounds rapidly out of nowhere, headaches, dismissed by my doctor, couldn't focus. How many of us have experienced similar things?
Yeah, absolutely. Those are more textbook. Like
they are.
We've talked about the joint pain, the weight gain. What else did she reference in there? Oh yeah, headaches. And then we've already talked about being dismissed by the doctor.
Yes.
We've already talked about that. We'll keep on. I don't want to interject too much. But yeah, what else you have?
I actually was even sent screenshots of other conversations that friends were having. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Here are the conversations I was just having with my friend. And their conversation was being the woman is stupidest thing ever. And we do not want you women to feel like that because being a woman is amazing.
Amazing.
Amazing. We have so many gifts and so many things that we can share with others. So it can be overwhelming.
Yes.
And I was telling Courtney just earlier how just overwhelmed I was feeling when I was researching everything that I wanted to talk about today. And just being a woman and everything we go through.
Everything.
Everything.
It's all we have periods. We have breasts. Those two things alone should be enough. That should be it. But then, we have children.
Not all, before the children, the hormone fluctuations.
Sure.
Starting your period as early as 10 years old.
Right.
So by 10 years old, our hormones are going crazy. We're going through these fluctuations every month. Then you have a pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
If you're blessed to have a pregnancy, you've got this pregnancy, and then your body, is even, gaining weight, stretching out, whatever it does.
Right.
And then the after effect of having the baby, and then the body trying to get back into where it was supposed to be. And I know I even had the postpartum.
Yeah.
So the brain health then after having children, and then not to mention then we have to go through perimenopause and menopause too.
Yeah, I guess. I guess God really has faith in us.
He loves us.
He loves us and knows that we're going to do a good job. So he gives us all the hard things, all the responsibilities.
Yes, he does.
But yes, as you said, we do not want you to feel like, man, being the woman is the stupidest thing. Being the woman is the stupidest thing. We want to flip that script. We want to flip that mindset, that mental mindset of, I'm freaking amazing.
Powerful.
Yes. And I was given these things because I'm amazing and I'm powerful. And so we want you to feel supported, and we don't want you to feel alone in this process. It is sometimes isolating because we do start to feel anxiety, depression, self-doubt, And then we're wondering all these things we're going through. So sometimes we do pull away and we pull back from our friends because they don't look like they're going through these things. I'm the only one going through these things. Ladies, we are all going through these things when we come into this menopausal journey.
So stop looking at the people on social media who only post the perfect things because
it's fake.
It's fake.
It's fake.
There is no way that's
true. They got
true.
filters
on. You know how many times I've tried to take a selfie and it looked good? Oh, my word.
So, little funny, I was trying to take a little picture with my daughter, and I told Heather this, and you know how everybody does the little duck lips. Well, my daughter, Kinsley, she is 18, so she has the little beautiful lips, okay? I'm 48, and I do the lips, and she went, oh, no, those look like butthole lips because my lips are old and shriveled and menopausal lips. And I thought I was going to pee in my pants. I was laughing so hard because she goes, oh, those are butthole lips. I died. So anyway, all the social media.
Lack of estrogen.
Yeah, I know. I need some
up.
filler. I need some lip flip. I need some whatever.
I don't know.
I haven't done any of that yet, but I'm getting there. I'm all for it, for all the things that we need to do. Whatever. I'm all for it.
Hey, just save your money on the little stuff and just put it all on the big stuff.
Big?
Just
Okay.
one big old facelift.
And then
lip injection, eye lift, whatever you need. Just come out mummified and...
I'll need to, do that and then have like a reveal because they'll be like,
where's
Courtney? Where's Courtney?
You don't need
She's up there. Well, that doesn't look like
goodness.
her. So anyway, funny. I know you all have those same little stories and all these little things that gray hair, thin skin,
we want to hear them too.
So because
please,
it makes us feel better.
Please continue.
Makes me feel a little better that
send pictures.
So we can laugh at you. Just kidding.
Just kidding.
Women supporting women.
Supporting, keyword.
Supporting.
So.
Quick shout out coming to you from Varsity Park Studios at Varsity Park Franklin, Roanoke's newest innovative storage and business center. Check them out on Facebook or varsityparkfranklin.com. We love it here. We love our little podcast studio. It's awesome. We got a little green room. We've got official studio. So thank you to them for letting us use their space.
They're always very kind and
they put
helpful.
up with our crazy.
They do.
We have to change our schedule sometimes.
Oh my goodness. Because of a brain, I talk about brain fog. Really quick story. We always meet at 11 o'clock to do our recordings, and we changed our day. And so we
changed
the day
and time. Yeah.
So I had written down the correct time, and at 12 o'clock we're meeting. Well, we normally meet at 11. So I showed up at 11, and then I called Courtney. I was like, where are you? She said, well, I'm headed that way. I'm like, well, it's at 11. She's like, no, remember I changed it. You know, we talked about this. We needed to change the time to 12. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got to email them. I've got to change the time. So I did. I emailed them and I said, hey, I need to change the time to 12. And they were like, okay, well, what time do you want to change it to? And I was like, what do you mean? What time do I want to change it to? So I go back and look at the email. I had reserved it for 12 o'clock. I did. And then, okay, never mind. I don't need to change the time. So
she was the only one operating on a different schedule.
Everything
was
said
fine.
12 o'clock except my brain.
Brain said, I always go at 11. I'm here at 11.
I'm going at 11.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So funny.
And to start today, we are going to talk a little bit about how hormones affect our gut health and what we can do to help our gut health. And with that being said, we want to preface this with, we are not medical professionals.
No.
We are sharing what we have done that has helped us. And these are personal experiences and also information that we have found. So with that being said, this is us. And so not everything we say might not be a fix all, end all for everyone.
Right. And so I know we've said this a million times, but we will all go through this menopause journey, but it will still be different to each of us. We will each have different things that we deal with. So some supplements or nutrition or HRT or whatever might work for some women. It may not work for others. You really have to deep dive and find what works for you. Like Heather said, talking about gut health, I mean, it's kind of a new buzzword that we're hearing a lot, gut microbiomes and gut health. And especially for aging women, we're hearing a lot about the importance of fiber. I mean, we've always heard that, but it really is right.
Citrus
Fiber One, that cereal.
All that.
It's like sticks. So the information that we share with you guys, like she said, is personal experience or things we've researched. We get a lot of information from doctors, and we will cite them, Dr. Mary Claire, Kelly Casperson. These are medical professionals that have kind of started specializing into menopausal health and menopausal treatments, that kind of thing. So we will preface that. So we don't want to say something on here and you guys think, this is gospel. They said to eat this avocado and it will help with this. Everyone is different. Everyone's bodies are different. We want to encourage you to do self
reflection, self-inspection,
exploration.
Right.
What other all the Asians that we can. But it's true. Pay attention. Be aware. I heard a phrase this week that I really loved, and it said one of the biggest challenges of midlife is comparison. So let's stop comparing the good, the bad, the ugly. We've already talked about like social media, comparing ourselves on social media, but even like stop comparing yourself to your friends. My friends aren't dealing with this, or I don't, they're not dealing with weight gain. I'm dealing with weight gain.
Stop comparing yourself to when you were 25.
Yeah.
You're not.
Hallelujah, we're not.
Right.
I don't want to go back to that girl.
I would like her body.
Okay, so maybe something.
But, hey, when I was in the best shape of my life, I was 39.
Okay, boom,
38,
girl. Boom,
39,
girl.
40, 41, and then we just get softer. 42.
Yeah. Then we had the frozen shoulder.
Right.
So then it was like all the things. But comparison, that's one of the biggest challenges of midlife, because I feel like we're starting to question who we are and question, what do I bring to the table? I'm getting older. I'm not this. I'm not that.
Exactly. And I think it's because in the past, older women are kind of pushed aside.
Absolutely.
Once you are finished your quote unquote prime, you're pushed to the side. You look at the models back in our day. You had to be young, very, very skinny. And if you gained any weight, you couldn't be a model. And once you hit 25, 28, you couldn't even model anymore.
Right.
Look at all the actresses. There was a time it's like, oh, you're too old to be an actress. Like, you're not called anymore. So, but the men, they get more distinguished. They're, still appreciated. And I don't want to say that we're not appreciated, because we are, but I do feel like there is a, not a status. What's the word I'm looking for? There's a stigma with women getting older. They're just kind of quietly pushed to the back.
Well, and that is the whole thing that we're seeing. Like we've said, this new menopause movement. Life isn't over.
No.
When menopause starts. Heck no. Like, we are just beginning because we are finding out new things about ourselves. And rather than, and I, you were talking about the modeling and things like that, we're seeing a shift.
Yes.
We're seeing commercials with all size women.
Yes.
We're seeing commercials with all ages of women. We're seeing all races, colors. Like, I love it. I love to see this shift. And we're seeing that with actors and actresses.
Exactly.
They are taking on roles, okay, where they could have been the teenager in a role, now they're the parent, now they're the grandparent, whatever. They're still the greats. Just because we're aging doesn't mean we're done. It just means we move into that different part of life, and we are still that same person, just with more knowledge, just with more power, and more, I don't give a crap what you think. And
Exactly.
I want to share this. Heather shared this with me. She texted this to me earlier this week, and I love it. I think I'm going to put it on our Instagram and Facebook.
I think this was another comment we got from one of our listeners.
Okay, yes. Okay, another comment. It says, don't mess with women in their 40s. And I'm going to say 50s, 60s. It's bigger than
40
40s.
and up.
Don't mess with women in their 40s. We grew up drinking out of the hose and clotheslining our friends in Red Rover. Now we're in perimenopause, kind of mean and feral AF. So we're
Amen.
I don't care what you think, right? It's like we start this new journey of I'm going to find out really who I am. I'm going to find out like what I can do. I am going to say I felt like that another time in my life when I have 4 kids, when my youngest turned 3. It was the first time in 10 years I wasn't pregnant, just having a baby, nursing a baby, like, every couple of years I was pregnant, nursing. We're pregnant again, nursing. Like, it was the first time it was like, I'm not having any more babies. Like, we're done. She's 3. Who am I? What can I do? Because I had spent so many years pregnant, nursing. We're baby. Pregnant, nursing, baby. But now I'm in a new phase. I feel like that again.
Good.
Okay, like menopause. Yep. All right. We're in it. Kids grown, college, doing their own thing. Who am I? What am I going to do? Because I'm not the crazy old fat menopausal lady. I'm not going to be that. I refuse. We're revolting. I'm not going to be that.
I'm not going to be that either.
So, yeah, we're kind of mean. I don't care what you think. That's a lie. I do care. But no, but you know what I mean? It's kind of like you're either with me or you're not, and that's fine.
And that's
Take
fine.
your own
You
journey.
Exactly.
We can agree to disagree.
Exactly. And it's
and we move on.
good.
We're fine. I'm not going to get in my bed and cry.
Right.
Okay, I went down a way different rabbit hole
I know.
than we
I
were
was
going
like gut health. I was sitting here thinking gut health.
Gut health. And Courtney's off
Courtney
on her own
is
little
mean AF and doesn't care what you think, but she really does.
That was a lie. I do. Please, all the kind.
Okay, so we're going to reel it back in.
Yep. Hey, menopausal brain.
Right.
We went off. Menopause ADD. That is like, that's a real thing. That's a real thing. Another topic.
Another topic for another day. We can come up with topics all day long just having our conversations. So, to gut health. It is really the estrogen in our bodies that helps to keep our gut balanced. It keeps the microbiome balanced. So everybody knows that you have a good bacteria and bad bacteria.
Yep.
In your gut all the time. And the key is to keep everything balanced so that the good bacteria are there and are in the majority. So it's when our estrogen starts to kind of fall off it kills the good bacteria. So then what we're left with is the majority bad bacteria. So,
yeah, and as the estrogen drops, like we have a lining in our gut. It's like a protective barrier, and so it's kind of like I think about like interlocking your fingers together and create this barrier. Well, then your hormone levels change, your estrogen drops, and that like interlocking starts to loosen up, and it creates, you can think of like tiny little holes in
like little pinholes.
Yeah, like your barrier. So then what happens is stuff gets through your gut barrier that shouldn't be there. And then all of a sudden, we're getting inflammation, we're getting bloating, we're getting diarrhea,
constipation.
we're having gut health issues. Well, the biggest thing that we miss out of all this, a lot of times when we say gut health, we immediately think stomach. We immediately think, oh, okay, how I'm digesting food. It is way bigger than that. Gut health is directly related to brain health. What is coming into our bodies, really our gut is going to determine what goes through, what is absorbed, what is not.
What mood we're going to be in.
Yeah. How our brain is functioning.
Yes.
How, like she said, our mood, how we're feeling, and then the overall nutrients that are getting through to our heart, to our muscles, to our brain, to our eyes. I mean, name every little body part and every little thing in your body. Gut health, that's where it starts. And the reason we start to see gut health issues as we get older is because of hormonal fluctuations. It's kind of like a cycle. It's a two-way relationship. Your estrogen increases gut diversity, gut health, so you're better able to handle what is coming into the gut. And then that feeds the metabolism that then feeds your estrogen. Well, then when things start to drop off on one side, it affects that whole circle. So now that everyone's lost and we're like, okay, you lost me, I turned you off.
Estrogen, gut, okay, biome.
Yeah, done.
Okay.
All of that matters.
Yes.
We're seeing a lot of inflammation in the body. Inflammation is a big buzzword we're hearing nowadays. What does inflammation mean? Well, it's anytime there is not a neutral level in whether that be gut, brain, joints, everything has to be level and even, like a neutral site. And when it's not, your body gets out of whack. So we hear a lot about inflammation.
And all of the diseases that we have are a result of inflammation in that area.
Yes.
So, with that, when we have inflammation in the gut, it also it's because the diversity of the gut microbiome is not balanced, and so that's where serotonin is produced.
Yep.
And serotonin is what goes to the brain to say, hey, I'm in a good mood.
Yep.
So if there's no serotonin, then we wonder why, hey, we're getting, we're sad, or, we're depressed, and we don't even know why we're depressed.
Right.
Because the gut health, our guts have just gotten off kilter.
But all of this goes back to when our estrogen starts to drop.
Yes.
So we talked a couple of weeks ago about like symptoms. If you're starting to feel bloated a lot, like every time I eat, I feel just super bloated. I don't feel good. I don't feel comfortable. I'm having constipation. I'm having diarrhea. Notice these things as a symptom. You may not have hot flashes. You may not have night sweats. Gut health might be a bigger problem for you, and that might be one of the things that you notice. So women, stress plays a huge role in our menopause journey. And as we get older, the stress contributes a lot, and it takes a toll on our bodies. So that also adds to gut health issues. So on the flip side of this, we've talked a lot about gut health, talked a lot about all that. What are some of the things that we can do? I'm not telling you to go out and get on estrogen. That's not what we're saying. There are things that you can do, changes in your lifestyle that can address some of these issues. Regular exercise, movement is medicine. Get moving. Stress management, walking outside, not scrolling on your phone, just being in nature. That's a huge way to manage stress. Stop smoking. That smoking we know is horrible, but there's more effects on your hormonal health. You can stop smoking. Eating a variety of plants that contain prebiotics and phytoestrogens. So we haven't gone into this, but nutrition is key. What you're putting in your body is key. And there are foods that are menopausal superfoods. We can talk more about that later. But establish a regular bedtime routine, turning off screens, turning off those kinds of things prior to going to bed. Those are all things that we can do to help with the
decline in estrogen.
Decline of estrogen.
When you were talking about nutrition, there's one thing that making sure that we eat enough protein. I think as women, a lot of times we don't take the time to eat protein.
Right.
And so we're grabbing, whether it's a salad or even a sandwich or whatever the case may be, we're grabbing something that's easy. Mm-hmm. Even a protein bar, in my case, that's like my go-to.
Right.
It's processed.
Right.
So that it's really not serving me and it's not a terrible choice. If you know, I'm given a piece of bread and a protein bar, I will pick the protein bar every time.
But you'll pick the bread.
I
love bread.
I want to pick the bread. Oh, yeah. Do I have time for a quick bread story?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Side note,
not digressing at all. I was at the grocery store one day, and this man came up to me, and I'm in the frozen section.
Because she was having a hot flash. Remember, she has to dive into the frozen foods.
Hot flash. Meanwhile, I am in the frozen section. This man comes up. He said, "Hey, I'm looking for, those rolls that are the frozen rolls. Do you know where they are or what they're called?" And I look at this man caught off guard, and I'm like, I don't eat bread. And there's 2 loaves of bread in my cart right on top.
And he looks at the bread and looks at you as like, nice.
I don't eat bread.
And she has 2 loaves. Liar.
Oh,
that is
my
so.
gosh.
Why did you say that?
I have no idea. Like my brain, I was somewhere else, obviously having a hot flash. I was having some brain fog. Can you tell me where this bread is? I don't eat bread.
Don't look at my 2 loaves.
Oh, and then this weird thing, I went to a function and he was there.
No way. You had to hide from him.
I did.
Yes. Oh,
He's
my gosh.
There's that woman that doesn't eat bread.
Liar. Liar. Okay.
Back
to the regular scheduled program.
Nutrition, making sure that we get enough protein. And they really suggest 0.8 grams to 1 gram per pound of body weight or your goal body weight if you want to lose weight.
Right.
So that gives you an idea of how much protein that you should
if you're 100
taking
pounds and you want to stay 100 pounds, eat 100 grams of protein per day. Now, when we say protein, it's good, healthy protein, lean cuts of meat, tuna, chicken, eggs, all the things. Don't be afraid of cottage cheese, Greek yogurt. I know sometimes dairy gets a bad rap. If you have a dairy sensitivity to it, don't eat it. Yeah, don't start eating it because we told you to. Yeah, just be aware. I mentioned quickly menopause superfoods: flaxseed, avocado, oats, berries, spinach, and you're going to love this one, dark chocolate.
Yes.
Did you know that's a superfood? Thank you very much.
In moderation.
Right. No, we're not eating the whole case. But flaxseed helps reduce inflammation and gut health. Hello. We've just been talking about all that. Avocado actually helps with hot flashes, bloating, brain fog, and mood swings. So this is from Laura Lamb. She's actually a menopause specialist in the UK. She's freaking awesome. I love her. Oats helps aid gut health, helps with inner ear problems.
Nice.
Interesting. Reduces night sweats and visceral fat. So oats has a high level of fiber. Lots of fiber in oats. So like protein oats in the morning, fabulous, great. Dark chocolate helps with magnesium intake for sleep, adrenals, and cortisol regulation. So really a little square of dark chocolate after dinner, yes, do it. If you're having a little, yeah, you'll sleep better, helps with cortisol levels. That's a great thing. Berries reduces inflammation, gut issues, anxiety, and mood swings. So we did get a comment this week, feeling a lot of anxiety. I feel anxious. Incorporate berries into your to most of your meals. So when we say berries, we're talking about blackberries. That's a great one because of the fiber content as well, helping with gut health. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, those are great options. Half a cup, 3/4 of a cup, up to a cup. Put them in your foods. Put them in your salads. Put them with your cottage cheese, your Greek yogurt.
And your oatmeal.
Oatmeal. We just talked about all of those things. Greek yogurt, guys, that's a great superfood. Helps with muscle mass, bone density, balancing blood sugars, and supports sleep. So these are some awesome superfoods that help to combat some of the symptoms that we're seeing as we're starting into menopause. And I'm going to post that list and that what each food does. I'll post that on our Instagram and Facebook pages so you can. I don't know if you're like me. I'm listening, but I didn't hear anything you just said, so it's not going to retain, and you're not going to stick with it. But I can look back at a post or a Facebook post and say, what did that food do? And that'll help. But yeah, we've talked about nutrition, we've talked about gut health. They go hand in hand. Unfortunately, we have way too many food-like substances on our grocery store shelves. It's not real food. Try to eat foods that are single ingredient foods. So if you look at the list of foods or the ingredients on the food, what's it going to say? So if you eat broccoli, it's broccoli. If you eat chicken, it's chicken. Try to eat single ingredient foods. That's a huge benefit when you're talking about gut health and menopausal symptoms. Like I said, food-like substances is not food. It's just
all the artificial fillers and stuff that they're putting in foods these days. And
that's why we're seeing more diabetes in younger people. We're seeing more infertility in women, young women in their 20s, where we're seeing more and more infertility. And that's because of our lifestyle and the things that we're ingesting and putting into our bodies.
Our bodies don't know what to do with it.
And then on the flip side, we've talked about the medical professionals.
Yes.
You now have a 21-year-old come to you, and she's presenting symptoms of PCOS or, menstrual irregularity and diabetes and all of these things. And what do? We're going to write the prescriptions. Not let's check your hormones. Let's get you on a good nutritional diet. Not diet as in a bad word, but what you're eating. That is your diet, what you're eating. Let's get you on some nutritionally sound food, and then let's come back and revisit. We're putting kids on metformin. We're putting women on hormone drug because we're trying to fix a problem that's bigger than that.
Right.
I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but yeah, I got to kind of breathe right there because I can get on that soapbox really quick. We're seeing a lot going on with our health.
And what too we were thinking that, or something that I wanted to share is if you have a meal plan or a diet that you like, and it's healthy, you have single or 2 ingredients, to the foods, eat that and stick with what is working for you. If it's not working for you, what you're eating, then please look into some other options where you have healthier nutritional guidelines. There's a few. I mean, I don't swear by any one meal plan in particular. I like intermittent fasting, but not for very long because it doesn't do well with my body. Like sometimes I can do a 16-8 where I'm fasting for 16 hours and eating for 8-hour window. Then I've tried the carnivore diet. That's really difficult, and sometimes it can be a little bit harder on organs. But I've tried low carb. You need to find what works for you and your body. And if you find, hey, I'm great with intermittent fasting, great, do it. If you're great with a low carb keto diet, great, do it. So just find what works for you and something that can be a lifestyle.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, long term. So we appreciate you guys listening in today. I know we've kind of covered a lot of stuff. We've gotten deep into some information. We hope this is helpful. Like we said, nutrients and gut health, those really contribute to combat some of the symptoms that we're seeing in menopause, and helping in stress reduction, helping in sleep. The foods that we eat, the things that we take into our bodies really affect what's going on, and it can either increase symptoms sometimes, and we really want to help decrease the symptoms that we're seeing through menopause. But just a reminder, we would love to hear from you guys. Email Meno, MENO, enough already @gmail.com. We are also on Spotify, Menopause Enough Already. Please follow us, like and follow us on Spotify, Instagram, and Facebook. Same thing, Menopause Enough Already. And we would love to hear from you. Share your stories with us, comments, things that you want us to talk about, topics. Let us know. We can do some deep dive into those topics just so we can be helpful for you.
And until next time, have a good day.
Have a good day. Menopause Enough Already.
Enough already. Bye.
Bye.